Hello everyone, and welcome to another Arknights survey 2026 of January, or as they say, Arknights Game Experience Survey from the one and only Yostar. Technically it goes Cybergriff too, but yeah. We are here yet again for the survey. Now, a decent amount of stuff has happened in between the start of the ATO event till now, with the release of Infield, the shenanigans with the release of Infield, and other stuff that's currently going on that I am doing on top of the fact of CC as well, and it's just... There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot that is going on. So, honestly, not certain how things are gonna go, I guess. I don't really have much thoughts for this game at this moment in time, really. Like, there is, I guess, some, but it would be more like complete and utter reworks to a lot of systems, more so than anything else. It would just be more of what I would like to see for the game. Don't get me wrong, they have done a lot of things that I have suggested. Not all of them, but a decent amount, to the point that they do listen to feedback. So, we'll see if that's in this, and we'll see what they have for the survey. Of course, I'm going to be blunt and brutal as always, regardless of how people like it. Some people do, some people don't. Anyway, at the end of the day, this is my own opinion. So if there is something that you don't like, well, I mean, you have your own thing that you like, I have my own thing that I like, and vice versa, don't like it. So, I don't really have much to note, so I'll kind of skip ahead here, fill in, like, the normal ID stuff, and then we'll start. Okay, actually, I said that, yeah. Okay. Just setting up some things so that if I have thoughts, I'll talk about. Oh shit, I forgot. I mean, I have Arknights open for the music, but I have Crown Slayer singing.
By fire that swept the plain.
I searched this somewhere else. So, Crown Slayer, we're a pinch, shut up.
Oh, you awake? No, it's nothing. Just a Syracusan nursery rhyme.
Okay. And while I am on it, the very first thing I'm going to do, I was gonna put it on screen. We'll just have it like this. I'll move this over here. You're gonna play stupid? Okay. Play stupid then. Anyway. So, yeah. First things first, add more operators to... So if we do have, like, an additional opinion / things to talk about, this is stuff that I will put in there. It'll make it longer, but if I have ideas, I'll think of it, I'll put it down. But anyway, this is the thing that I've really been waiting to see for them to do. So add more to... why am I drawing a blank right now with the name? Why am I being stupid? Credit store operators. Yeah, I think it's one of those features that they did at the very start, but they stopped. I thought that it's stupid. I think they could add way more. Anyway, so that's one of possibly many that I will see and talk about. And let's continue. How satisfied are you all are overall with Arknights based on your recent experience? It's enlightening, to say that some things that I suggested finally get into the game. Long-term operators, to an extent, is long-term, but some people rush through it. But will take a somewhat decent time if you play every so often to finish off specifically Raiden. And of course, Raiden is based off the feedback of a long-term operator to work on and gain. It's not exactly as I suggested, but it's pretty much like laying the foundation. And of course, incorporating to a really infamous liked game mode in Arknights being integrated strategies, which is a roguelike. For those that somehow are new to the channel, that somehow came across this video, maybe from another video from Arknights Infield specifically, that's why this is kind of like the intro, kind of, to an extent. But yeah, Raiden essentially incorporating some things that's suggested for long-term operator, in a sense, is nice to see. Aside from that, couple patches ago, couple events ago, we got Tragodia, we finally got Miss Christine being playable. Stuff revolving around that, to an extent, was another thing that I suggested that did actually come into the game. You can go back into the past game surveys, or surveys for Arknights. I did put into a playlist, so this video should also be in that playlist as well. So if you're interested in watching or looking into the other surveys, should be an easy, nice playlist for to see all. Anyway, continuing on, overall recent experience, aside from me being enlightened that some things are finally coming to the game that I suggested, tuning my own horn here, not everything to an extent, but aside from that, overall, I'd say pretty good, pretty satisfying. I did actually recently finish the EX stages, briefly touched of CC4, getting the skin. Holy hell, that was disgusting as hell for risks to deal with. Holy shit. Anyway, so that's kind of recently things I've done. Now, not all of that was recorded. I'm talking about CC here. I did record all of the EX stage clears. I don't know if I will do CC4, but I probably will touch CC4 more so. It's just poor timing, because I kind of wish they weren't rushing it, but they kind of are. So, while I like what's going on, I feel like CC could have been pushed back. But I think they're rushing because they want to also do the collab, which is going to be next. So, up in the air. I will look into... I'll see if I can get the chance to look into the anime. I think it's an anime. It's not a light novel, but it's an anime around the Bang Dream, the collab. So I will check that out. The Ava something. I'll look into it. It's actually the actual like series, like it's from not Bang Dream itself, but the anime. So I'll see if I like it or not. If it's available. If it's not, I will skip it. It's just what it is. And I blame capitalists for that. Capitalism. I'm not a big anti-capitalist unless I can't actually view shit. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. Like, I don't hate capitalism, and competition's good, but it fucking sucks when a lot of shit's all over the place. So, yeah, no, I'm very limited to what I can watch. Not as bad as the whole Yo-Star's involvement and why we got a certain collab. But aside from that, maybe would have been a different story if I was able to watch it. I don't know. But for the most part, yeah. Enough ranting about specific collabs. There's a good chance I'll probably skip the Ava Dream collab, but who knows? It's pretty much the general gist. I'll look into the anime and see for myself. Anyway, I know I'm ranting about all sorts of other shit, but it's just, you know, stuff comes to mind that I want to mention. Anyway, how do you feel about said content from ATO event? Last year by the Breacher. Personally, I did not really experience or pay attention. I can't really say anything. Saying anything, I don't have them built, so I can't really say in terms of use. Now, this may depend on certain scenarios, of course. I would say the stages aren't bad. I felt like the mechanic could be not so limiting, but that's just me personally. Like, I understand what they're going for. It is a bit different, but at the same time, it's like kind of useless. And it's just more of a less deployment event than anything else. I think the boss could be tweaked a little bit more in higher difficulties. But aside from that, overall, not bad. I think it's been fair. Especially for getting further into EX, it should be more difficult. So, yeah. Story, did not pay attention. I have not read the story. It's been a hot minute since I've actually read a story, aside from like episode 15. So, that's why I don't hate the, I would say hate. I don't know why I said hate. I actually mind, or I enjoy the fact that Infield, I don't have to read everything. It's voice acted, so I can go at my leisure and I'll be forced to essentially go through most of the story. So because of that, I don't have to worry about taking the time of my day to read the story when it's integrated into the gameplay to an extent. Not literally, but figuratively, of course. Even if it takes longer to play and get through stuff, at least I'll be interacting with the story, especially possibly side contents later on. So to me, infield-wise, I'm enjoying it for the most part. I know it's not about infield, it's about Arknights, but sometimes it's nice to have voice acting, because then I can just listen to it. And honestly, sometimes that might be more enjoyable for people, and to me it's like, I don't mind reading, but it is a lot more enjoyable. Anyway, what did I like about the ATO event? Challenging mode stages were challenging, normal stages are easy to clear. Okay. New events, new mechanics, offers strategic depth, not really. Yes, but no, like, it's not really strategic for you. It's more of a weird-ass bonus that doesn't really be a bonus because you lose it. The story is translated very well, can't say. Guide is very helpful, not maybe, but that's not really a thing to be crazy about. Story is very attractive, the design is stylish and creative. I did like the design. The minigame is fun, interesting, don't know if I would say fun. It's okay. It's way better than Pepe's events. Way better than the Pepe's events. I understand what they're going for, but it was like way too much, and I kind of hate it at the end of the day. Anyway, there's generous rewards and other. I would say the later half of the challenge mode stages were difficult, but I think they overtuned the boss to be way too tanky for his own good. But then nowadays you could just like stall him 50 to 70%. So like back and forth, he was a cakewalk with 6 stars, but almost impossible, or probably impossible. Can't say because I don't know because I haven't looked into it. Of doing no 6 stars. So yeah. But everything else was doable, by the way. I did manage to clear everything except specifically the EX-8. Specifically the boss. Everything else I was able to deal with. It was the boss that I could not deal with. I specifically even let the boss through and managed to deal with everything else. Even face tanking a couple of the knockout stress relief machines at once. It's not the enemies, it's the fucking boss being so tanky and just pretty much dashing, blocking all you can, block for him. It's just overall, even with like a boosted from Warfarine S3 Omnia Max out with a module, didn't even do half his HP bar. So like, yeah, his defenses are way overtuned, and he has lots of HP. So I don't really have much else to really say. Like, they're trying to accommodate power creep, but they're doing it too much with the boss. To the point where they messed up with the boss mechanics so much because people trashed it, and it makes certain niche clears almost impossible, per se, because the boss is so fucking tanky. So to me, like, I probably could do some niches with 6 stars. 6 stars is probably possible, but like, without 6 stars, I don't see it. So to me, okay, really hell. Oh. Until latter EX stages. So yeah, really, the event mechanic I pretty much just didn't really care about until the later half of the EX stages. So like, I should say later half EX stages. Okay. I think that does a good job explaining things. Neutral over the mean. Okay, how were you involved in the limited hunting? So, as I mentioned during the headhunting session, Hashigama was the first 6-star that I obtained in Arknights all those years ago in 2020. 6+ years ago, to be exact. So I went to get her. I should say that. I wasn't really into go to for Haruka. I already have not hibiscus. My brain's being stupid with the name. Kyrkis. I already used Kyrkis. Kyrkis works. Yes, she kind of is in a way a better Kyrkis. But to me, I've used Kyrkis enough that it's like, to me, I wasn't trying to go for Haruka compared to Hashiguma. I just ended up getting Haruka. How did you want Hashiguma the Breacher? Literally, that's it. Um. Yep. We got an outfits. What is your purchase history? I never purchased any outfits. I have purchased before, but I did not buy any new accessory run outfits from this patch, or I purchased new accessory run outfits from this patch. So, talking about this, I mentioned before that I was probably going to get some skins. I didn't. I have yet to actually get any of the skins. Originally, I was gonna save the Iridium and grab Fuckboy's skin, but his skin disappeared along with Amiya's and Osmantis. So it's not because I didn't want it. I was conflicted if I should grab it or not. And then, of course, these skins came out. I do have the Iridium, especially now with 40. But I did not really give too much of a care. Like, to me, I could go for them, but it's getting really hard to really warrant trying to go for skins for characters I barely use a lot of time. If I do them, it's very rare for me to use them to begin with, because I'm not really using enough niches to really warrant end up using certain characters. The Crash, I probably won't ever really use unless I want to have fun time using her, but that's like a very specific scenario to do that with. So mostly, honestly, Annihilation. If anything, most of these characters are going to be randomly used at some point. Annihilation, more than anything else, unless I decide to randomly use them in the event stages. And that's assuming that, of course, I grab the skin. Like Chin skin's good, but I already have a Life 2D skin, and you could go for it, but I won't go for it. So, also it's interesting that it's now kind of a reference to Enfield as well, with the dragon inflatable in the Life 2D art. So, that's an interesting thing to take note of. But anyway, personally, I'm going to be saving for other skins in the future. And out of all of them, Pepe, I am in a weird spot when it comes to Pepe, because like I probably would have liked her, or probably maybe or maybe not cared about such character if it wasn't for the fact that I decided to continue using that for the 5th anniversary for Ian. I still think episode 14 should have been the Ian 5th anniversary as well. So that plays a humongous ass role, and I didn't really go for that banner, and I probably will never go for that banner. Unless I randomly get Pepe, but the likelihood of me getting Pepe at this point is 0. Just because that's just how limited gachas are. It is possible, but the likelihood is not good at all. And I don't really use mail that often. Technically, I could grab it now because of the new niche I've been going with Arknights, but I'm not going to care about it too much. It's just the way it is. Okay. I have purchased before, but I did not buy any from the rerun/new for this patch. When I newly released skins of this patch, which one do you find the least appealing to purchase? Pepe? Then May. Then... It's hard to really compare, like, say, of the 3. Because I would honestly put Chin and Thorns as a tie, then the Crafts. But if I had to dislike any of them, it'd be Pepe's. I'm sorry, it's just more or less because of the character and the whole 5th anniversary thing. Than the art or the character itself, which I will see. I don't know about the character also, it doesn't really help with that, but. Don't have the character and wanted 14 to be 5th. How do you feel about the translation and voice acting in the ATO event? I would say, from what I've rarely heard, when it comes to some of the Japanese characters, I think they did a really good job. Personally. So I would say very satisfying. At least for voice acting. Translation, I don't know. The fact that they put translation and voice acting is annoying, to say the least. So, I would say voice acting's satisfying. Translation is... I don't know. Okay, so translation. Okay, let's just say I don't care. Okay, I didn't realize it was this, so okay, so I don't care. Very satisfying. I'll probably keep playing. Likely, how are you involved in the 6th anniversary live stream? I was aware, didn't learn anything more about it. I didn't watch the live stream, or I learned this content through official notes. I didn't watch it. I watched the whole live stream. Did watch the whole live stream. Which content of this 6th anniversary live stream left a deep impression on you? I like that. Really? I didn't think there were Easter eggs, but okay. I think the 6th anniversary report could have been better. I want to say this right now. I think this live stream was the worst live stream so far because it really didn't do much at all if you've watched the CN version before. The only thing that I believe was new was the Stand By Me, and that was it. Unless I was incorrect on that. So, yeah. Merchandise intro, voice actor blessings, New game version intro. Are they talking about I don't think it really does a good job of explaining it. I'm assuming that it's talking about the event itself. I did think they did a decent job for merchandise, but it could still be better. But better than past ones, but it could still be better than the best one being in 2022. When it came to the second Sui sibling event. So yeah, I would say that's pretty much it, really. How would you like the 6th anniversary live stream? Disappointing. Surprise? I mean, just watch the live stream. I thought it was disappointing. Like, there could be a lot more done. So there's a lot of things that they showed off the live stream that could have been in it too. But like, for example, they could have talked about the collab, but they didn't. So, you know, they released the info for the collab before they did a live stream, but the live stream did not cover the collab at all. They could have easily covered it, but no, that's the best way of going for this. I believe new content wasn't the best it could. March is somewhat getting better, but it could use way more work. The data from players needs to be worked on greatly and overhauled. A lot of the data is a no-brainer. Most of it is operators. Everyone gets for free or equivalent at some point getting free. Instead of just free things, it should be expanded to include version or sections that aren't just freebie use more niche case info. Like, and, that's all I can really say. Like, I've talked about some of this stuff before, like, creating two different categories for, like, the video events with non-content creators and content creators. They'll do better than what they have currently, which is really just a, hey, here's the most popular person type of equivalent. So, that's why I don't really bother in a decent amount of those, social events. It's really just a popularity contest. So it's like, what's kind of the point? Really. Unique info data from players, not just what everyone has, because everyone gets it for free. Anyway, which of the following 6th anniversary contests have you viewed? Nope. The Muzuke Gossip manga, I'm assuming? And that's something different. Milka's Dance Lesson, nope. Emotes. I haven't actually looked outside of the live stream. But, I didn't see it, I guess. 6th anniversary official site. Somewhat, but then I left because I got the thumbnail. Let's Dance Part 2. Nope, I did not watch this one either. Have you viewed? I believe that this is during the live stream. How much you must change? Not really. So technically the official site as well. That's about it. Neutral. I'm not gonna say much. I guess. Yeah, I really don't have. I don't know what to really say. What to add for it, honestly. There was a version of there was a site that showed data from players years ago that I really liked. So that's what I'm referencing there. I don't really have much to say, but there's like stats of your own account and stuff like that are interesting info. So I didn't see or heard anything about that, so if there is, well, they could do a better job of talking about it then, I guess. Anyway. Which of the following social media events did you participate in? Nope. 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 Yeah, no. YouTube is... Maybe? Are you talking about... What do you mean by fan-made? Like, anything in general that's not from the company? Then I would say YouTube. Discord, question mark? Pixiv, question mark? No. Nope. 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 Honestly, I mean, what if it's like this? In a way, what do you mean? Like, that's the thing. It's like, sure, I could say I've watched YouTube content before, and I've seen pictures of people posting from Twitter that's on Discord, the site before, so it's like, honestly... Okay. When looking for Arknights fan-made works, what do you focus on? Not really video editing. I get the thought process, but I don't really look at what people do for video editing. For lots of reasons I could probably talk about on my own. But if I had to say, I guess that first option, but not facing, but fancy. Depends upon the fancy. Fan created content are you more likely to share? Honestly, not really anything specific. It just depends upon the scenario at hand, of course. Which of the following types of Arknights merchandise are you most looking forward to? This one's kind of gonna be a little bit confusing or complicated. Um, I'm cooking. I am mispronouncing that. My brain's being stupid. Yeah, I think that's a good way to phrase. I mean, I could probably phrase it better to say like, Sarkaz. My brain's being stupid right now with the terminology. I'm gonna say Victoria Sarkaz War. I think that'd be better overall because there isn't just like the Sarkaz army that you face. I mean, you face some parts of like certain parts of the Victoria noble armies. Then you have the Steam Knight. So it's not directly just, you know, the Sarkaz leaders. Volting. No. So yeah, it doesn't say around. Just keep it around. Yeah, some merch around 4 stars and / 5 stars. What would I not mind? Oh yeah. What is it usually called? 1/7. Is it 1/7 figure size? Is that what it was? Let me quickly searching this up. What is it? 1/7 figure size? What is it usually called? Figure scales. There we go. Easier way. Okay, let's just say overall, it's only 1/7 figure scales. You know, Arknights. Um. Let's just say, merch, like the roll squirrels, or more types of wall scrolls, and more more unique merch that ties into the events mechanic, like the cup holder that changes color from moisture, from the what was the event called? Let me go to Arknights because I'm having a hard time here to remember the names. Dusk events. There we go. Let me look into. Who is real? That's what it is. From the Who is Real event. That would be cool to see more, you know, event mechanics that are tied to the event. For example, this event, the ATO event, could have like a miniature pinball game that's tied to the event. Like seriously. Like, how couldn't they think of this type of thing? Like I said, I'm cooking here. Like I said, when it comes to merchandise, Arknights could, in Yostar Arknights side of things, could greatly do a lot better things to their merch, but they don't. They don't. The fact that I can make all of these suggestions. Okay, what was I said again? Yeah, so, for example, with the ATO event, you could gone with a mini pinball toy, or heck, a machine around the event. Don't think they would have gone that hard for the machine, but mini pinball toy could have worked as well. Like, I could say not interested, but they could definitely work on creating new interesting merch, okay? In the past month, which of the following games have you played? I have played Reserve 1999 recently in last month. Nope, 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 nope. Technically, I might have logged in for the event for Zenith was only given the free 5-star, but honestly, that's kind of it. Zenith Zone 0. Yes, Arknights Infield. Yes, come on. The Battled Cats and Fire Emblem with the cap lowercase m. Heroes. And I think that's it, honestly. And here's the last one. Opinions and suggestions on Arknights. Honestly, we don't have much because I haven't really been writing down. I did a lot more with the merchandise than anything else, really. And I ripped really hard on what they could have added in for player stats and adding player stats that are specific to the person on the website. Like, all those things right there could definitely have proved the 6th anniversary. I don't think there's much denying that, unless, of course, give your own thoughts on it, what you think, specifically. And I don't believe they sell 1/7 figure scale figurines. Last time I checked, they have. No, I wouldn't say they have sold anything, but I feel like they could. They really should. And I can rant about the plushies, but I don't think that'd be kind of fair. I say that. You know, for so much of me ranting and scolding and negatively saying certain aspects, I don't actually put them down in the survey. I never really do. But I guess this is kind of like the one time where I kind of have been. Because there really isn't much to say about Arknights at this point. I'm kind of satisfied with what they're doing, and if they continue doing that, then I'm even more satisfied, aside from adding more operators to the credit store. It's been 5.5 years since the last operator being Durnard. Great segue, right? Anyway, okay. Okay, so aside from those two facts, new sub-class being, because it's like multi-caster. Is it called multi-caster? I think it's like multi-hero question mark? Chaincaster. So you have Chaincaster. I thought of that before seeing it. I was like, oh yeah. Chaincaster for healers, is it 3? Let's see. Multi-target medic. Archetto revolving around multi-target snipers or chain snipers. I think multi-target snipers is honestly more different than chain snipers. Archetto's skill or around pain or chain snipers. I really want to put multiple B's for some reason. Anyway, Let me make sure I'm actually spelling Archetto. Archetto. Yes, I am. It's just Google doesn't think so. Which is, that's fine. So, aside from Chain Sniper having an effect, but have the range of a sniper, the multi-target sniper could, I'm cooking. Would attack in a shotgun spread in a shape or similar to the shape of a, I'm going to put in quotation marks, W. So one goes up left, one goes up right, somehow they could do that, and one that kind of goes in the middle. I mean, honestly, this could be similar to a spread shooter. So this is why I don't think this will work. So let me brainstorm a bit more. But instead of, for example, the spread shooter, the attack range is actually spread apart. The main difference compared to let me go back to here and say Archetto could be turned into a chain archer / sniper. Now the multi-target attack range is actually spread more apart. The main difference compared to other subclasses is that in each attack cycle, it will do one of the 3 lanes each attack. So it could be going from left to right, right to left, or any other cycle. Could even be random. Could also, with skills, create more lanes for the multi-target sniper to shoot, and could do multiple random sets of lanes. Okay. Don't know if that's really much of a cook or not, but might as well. I just thought of it up on the spot. What else? What else at this point could be interesting for the game? Oh, right. 6-star selector tickets not having a time limit. Why do they when / 6-star selector tickets bought from the shop not having a time limit? Why do they when other selector tickets don't have a time limit? I don't know why. But yeah, so here's the truth. I did actually miss the selector tickets. I completely forgot about the last couple of days because I was gonna go for the character. I was grabbing newer characters that I could have chosen from it. I might as well kind of show you guys here while we're at it. For example, so we're gonna do acquisition day here quickly. So around this point, around the event of Exusai, I did grab the 6-star selector ticket. I ended up getting way on the side, so I decided to let people let the vote, the Discord vote. I guess there's gonna be a prize event and an event specifically on Blueprint repository. But anyway, let me see here. So at one point it was let me see if I can find it. Right here. Yes. I just want to show this quickly. So right here, these were the characters that were available with Ray originally. And then the last time I took a picture to see for the votes, which nobody actually cared too much. But anyway, if I can find it, I passed over it. Right here. this was the remaining characters. And I ended up getting Stainless later. As you can see here, I eventually got Stainless. So yeah, it was Ray, Thorn's Altar, Executor, Altar, Dorothy. I don't think Thorn's Altar was in the tickets, but I ended up getting him at some point. And Stainless, all from the Master's Travels to Tragodia's event. But I did not use the selector ticket. I forgot about it the last couple of days. I legitimately forgot about it the last couple of days. So, I did not get to choose. I ended up forgetting about it and lost the chance to choose and get one. I would have actually used it on at this point if I knew what they were gonna do for Amiya's birthday. I would have chosen Fuckboy. So yeah. Having an stacked account, I don't believe this should be a thing. I don't believe there should be a time limit on it, especially since I bought it. This is Travels Even. Okay, I will say this. Love the way you took the idea I suggested and used it for Radian in IS 6. Do more, please. Also with reclamation algorithm. There we go. Okay, so last thing, since I can't really think of anything else, at this point, end of field, and be a no-brainer, but would love to see. Honestly, there's so many options that I wouldn't mind seeing, but I don't know. I really don't know what'd be cool to see. Multiple times plants versus zombies. Pop. Okay. Or insane Krillium. Insane Aquarium. Insane Aquarium. I like to say A, but it's an I, but it just rolls off the tongue with a weird IA sound. But yeah, Insane Aquarium. Insane Aquarium. Ugh, brain. I said it many times before, but now all of a sudden when I'm talking about it during as a possible collab, my brain just goes. Anyway, or Insane Aquarium. Insane Aquarium. Brain, what the fuck are you thinking right now? Spicy. Okay. Well, guys, let's see if it gets in. If this is too much. There we go. And that is what I like to say, a finished survey yet again. Even though I didn't really think I had a lot to say or think about, I was pleasantly surprised when they actually took the time to think about some things. The fact that it came up with like a new subclass out of an already one that I was talking about before with Archedo, making Archedo into a new subclass being a chain archer, or chain sniper, or sniper chain, or whatever, that goes around with their talent, being able to hit other enemies in a chain formation, kind of similar to a chain caster. But now, I introduced the idea of a multi-target sniper. So, again, having things come off the rip, and just putting them in there, see how things go. Maybe that ends up happening out of nowhere. We'll see. But anyway, I don't know how they would implement it, and I don't know how a class would be or how good it would be. But yeah, I believe that is everything really when it comes to the survey here. As always, let me know in the description below, or like I should say, comments below, what you guys think, what would you guys like to see. While I might have been more on the negative side, this time around I did suggest a lot of different things and my thoughts, and of course, at the end of the day, opinions, because at the end of the day, everyone has different opinions, and there's going to be some things that people don't like me saying. So, anyway, and honestly, I feel like I probably would play Algorithm more if they did something similar to Radiant into that, and I just want them to do that more. Long term, working on operators, they should do this more. It's awesome that they finally implemented that similar idea that I mentioned before into it. So I hope to see more of that. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to know. So, I'm gonna end off here. Don't know what I'll end up doing next when it comes to Arknights or Arknights Infield or Arknights in general related. Probably, I don't know if I will do anything CC4 on the fake CC4, I should say, on the channel. But I will probably work on some other things or try to get around to some other things if I get around to doing it. But due to the fact of how pretty much split apart I am with multiple things, some things I probably should get back into, but I'm not. Don't really expect there to be things going on unless, of course, there's nothing really much happening in a lot of things. Then do expect me to be doing some things here and there, Arknights related. That's not just the current event or current IS or whatever. So until whatever the next video may be on the channel, and Arknights related or adjacent. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to subscribe/follow. The description below is Discord to do. Please go check it out. Aside from that, good night, Simmons, good night, Shanty. Be safe and be healthy. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, peace.